Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Hanging with Mangg, episode 308. Today we're playing some Fall Guys because I figured it's a game where even if I completely fuck up and because I'm talking about something else, it doesn't really matter. It's not too stressful of a game for Hanging with Mangg. Um, Normally I don't get involved in games like this, the current fad game that everyone is playing, and it's battle royale and big multiplayer, but friends roped me into it. It's pretty cheap. I mean, it's $20 game, and we had some fun with it. As a group playing together, there were some fun times, I got to admit. It's not something I really play on my own. I just whatever, but with some friends, it's a fun time. Um, Although the fact that it doesn't support ultra wide out the box, that's a knock. That's a knock against it, man. Anytime you have to hex edit to get some ultra wide goodness, that's not great. And in fact, Horizon Zero Dawn, it does support ultra wide for gameplay, but cinematics, they do a really weird thing where the cinematic itself is in 16:9, and then they do sort of like this blurry copy of the cinematic on both sides of it to cover the extra screen space, which looks sort of, I've never seen that before. But you can just do a hex edit and make the cinematics full ultra wide. So it's just like, why wouldn't you just do that? It takes literally like 30 seconds. I mean, if you follow the instructions that people post online, why can't companies just I feel like that would be easier than whatever this weird screen copy blurry thing they did. But anyways. All right. Let's get into it. Nobody seems to be playing this game. I'm not sure what's going on there. This week on this channel, we of course had the ending of Last of Us Part 2, which was great. And we had some more Ghost of Tsushima, which is... it's either going to finish like towards the end of this week or the very start of next. We're almost... there's like a few more videos. For some reason, I can't find a game. What is happening? Check the settings of what? The settings of what? My audio? I mean, what do you want from me? I don't know, man. This Hanging with Mangg might just be looking at this screen for the whole time. Anyways, yeah. So Ghost of Tsushima is almost done. Um, Hold on. Maybe just a lot of people are playing right now. I don't know. Because it's the weekend. That's probably the case, I guess. I don't know. I started up Hellpoint, which, oh, there we go, is a pretty rough Souls-like so far. Well, actually, no. I just got to a point where it's like, what the fuck? I got to the what the fuck point where I have my angry rant. It's not even like that bad, but I don't know. Like my willpower just got sapped in like the third video. So I don't know. You know, I'm gonna upload the 3 parts. I'll probably do a 4th one, but I don't know. The motivation. I'm not engrossed. You know, and that's worrisome. So that's what's going on there. Aside from that, we have Dragon Quest IV that I'll be starting up with. So we can continue the Dragon Quest stuff, because there is just so many games that I want to do Let's Plays of. Like, I will never stop. I will never stop uploading videos. Even if I have 0 viewers on every video, I'm still just going to keep going because I enjoy it, and there's so many games to let, you know, this whole series playthrough thing that I'm doing now. I like it. I like it so much. And anytime I'm just sitting around, I'm looking, you know, inspiration strikes for different like series that I want to play through. Like the King's Quest series. You know, I'd like to do like a point and click series playthrough from start to finish to see how it evolved. And I think King's Quest is a good one because I've only played like the 7th game, I think. We owned, I think it was the 7th one when we were kids. We never finished it because it was just absurd, but I got pretty far in that game. I remember getting to like some sort of fantasy-esque kingdom pretty far along. That one's tricky. Yeah, I think probably for most of the games in that series, from what I understand, it's tricky because it's a point-and-click adventure game where you can die. So you have to, you know, keep your saves up to date. But yeah, I like point-and-click adventure games, so I'd like to just play through that whole series. I'd like to play through the Mother series. You know, Mother 1, Earthbound, and Mother 3, because I've only ever played Earthbound, and I haven't played that game in a while, and I'd love to do an LP of that. And I figure, well, why not do the whole series? There was something else I was like, oh, I'd love to do a whole series playthrough of that. Like, yeah, like Might and Magic, or, you know, stuff like that I never have played almost anything of. And it's just like, why not dive in and just experience it? So many games, man. So that'll be going on for a long time. But for now, we got to get Dragon Quest going. My Dragon Quest recordings have stalled a bit on 7. I mean, I don't want to review it or anything since you haven't even seen the videos, but it is such an odd RPG. There is so little combat in like the first 15 hours or so. It's absurd. You're like playing just like a story. You're playing like a visual novel almost. So I'm just like, the motivation to power. I know it's gonna get interesting at some point. But the motivation right now isn't there. But then, you know, I've got like so many Castlevania videos sitting on my hard drive that we have to get to at some point. And I know that's going to be like an eternity from now, because I keep interrupting the Dragon Quest series. And those are big-ass games that take forever. And I have all these ancient Ultima videos sitting on my hard drive. Yeah. And then I have all these other ideas of series I want to play through. It'll all get done unless I die. You know, I mean, there really shouldn't ever be anything that stops me from making Let's Plays. Hopefully. But yeah, you know, we'll see how it goes. Also, we started up Outward yesterday for Two Brothers Play. Which is sort of a big open world RPG, very expansive, very detailed and epic. And I mean, I don't think we're going to be like beating it or anything like that. It seems far too big for that, since we only play for a couple hours a week. But I at least wanted us to show it off for a few videos and show our initial experiences with it. And so far, we both really dig it. I mean, it is cool. I'm shocked that I ignored it for so long. I guess I just didn't know how, like, involved it was and detailed. One's gonna come down to the wire here. Fuck. Alright, I'm out. So yeah, we really liked the first video we did. We played for 2 hours without even really realizing 2 hours had gone by. And we probably would have kept going if not for, like, real life hunger getting in the way. So definitely very much looking forward to doing the next video. But regardless of our interest, I still think it'll only be for a few videos or so. Because we might just end up playing off camera, just on our, you know, on our own together. Just so we can play like throughout the week, you know, without just doing a recording, and we can move on to some other stuff. Would you rather id make a Doom DLC that explains what happened between 2016 and Eternal than what they're doing now? I don't, what are they doing now? I don't know what they're doing now. Also this week, I tried something new, something fresh and hot. Because like I just said, there's so many games. There's so many games in the world. And there's a lot of games that I would play or would be interested in playing, but don't really suit the Let's Play paradigm, the model of Let's Plays. And I have done one-off videos in the past, but usually they're like an hour long, and that's not always as much time as I might want to spend. So I decided, well, why don't I give streaming a try again? But rather than set up some weird schedule that I'd have, and I'd have to be committed to doing it multiple times a week and try and build an audience and blah, 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 I'll just do it once a week. And if people show up, awesome, fantastic. If not, it's basically just like a 3-hour video. And that lets me show off a lot more games that I normally would ever be able to show off or be willing to show off throughout the year. It does cut into the rate at which I release LPs, because it takes up a day of the week. But I think the pros outweigh the cons. Would you rather that than the DLC they're currently making? I mean, I don't know anything about the DLC they're currently making, but if they made a DLC between Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, I feel like you wouldn't have the dash move, because you get that in Eternal. And that was my absolute favorite part of Eternal. So I guess I'd prefer a DLC that takes place after that, where you have the dash move. I mean, the story, I don't really care. I mean, that's just me. I care more about gameplay, and the dash move enhances the gameplay quite a bit. So that's going to outweigh the story aspect for me. I didn't know they were working on any DLC, though, so it's all new to me. That's cool, though. So this week on Mangg's Variety Stream, which is not a great title, but I don't know what else to call it, I played Carrion, which I had said that I wanted to play, and maybe I could have done like a 3-part LP, but that's what inspired, like, why don't I just play it on a 3-hour stream and beat it? And that's what ended up happening. And it was a cool experience, playing a game from start to finish, and it's all contained in one video. I don't have to mess around with it anymore. It's less obtrusive to the LP schedule overall by just shoving it in one video rather than 3. And I'll probably keep it going. I mean, it's gonna be a rare occasion where I beat a game on a 3-hour stream. But I'll be able to play all sorts of cool stuff. So I'm going to keep it up. Right now, the plan is just every Wednesday night for a few hours. And should be good. Should be good. No way. Hitboxes bullshit. So that leaves 2 nights a week now that I'm not uploading LP videos because I'm up doing other stuff. But I think it's worth it. You know, we're expanding. I get to switch it up a little bit. This, of course, coming after I said, like, there's a billion games that I want to do Let's Plays of. But, yeah. Life is hopefully a long time, so we'll get it all done. It would help if they stopped making new video games, but that's okay. Overtime my ass. Bullshit. Oh, nice. So, that's what's happening. That's what's happening this week on this channel. I'm still planning Avengers. Turns out the deluxe edition of Avengers for $20 more gets you a few skins and access to the game 3 days early. So basically, you're paying $20 to play the game 3 days early, which, yeah, I will pay. I mean, it's basically, they want to charge more for games. You know, games have been $60 for a long time, and this is sort of the compromise. They're not gonna, you know, they might eventually just sweep across and make every game cost more, but for now they can do like these little incentives and get $20 more from people. Which I will pay because I want to play a game early. That's what it is. So September 1st then is Avengers. Hopefully it's good. You know, I'd like every game to be good. This doesn't feel right. I don't... Oh my gosh, I was right. So yeah, that's what's happening. Over on the Exploring series, I released a video about a couple SCPs related to the Cicada God. And despite what I thought, it turns out after careful review by YouTube humans, they decided that the video was not suitable for most advertisers. And I don't really agree, obviously, but I can see where they're coming from because it involved a few key points that I think the Imago video did not have. Specifically, child self-harm and child suicide. I think that's a big no-no, even if it is completely fictional. So they're just, I mean, I don't think that I could like edit the script somehow to like avoid that without just like leaving it out. Which I could, but that's not really the spirit of the Exploring series. So it is what it is. I mean, there were some advertisers. It wasn't like $0 and 0 cents. Somebody was advertising on my video about child suicide. I don't know who exactly. Probably not Coca-Cola, but you never know. But I mean, it is what it's a bummer because it's you know, it's my job, but the grand majority of like my weekly income does not come from that week's video. There's a fearsome battle going on here. What the fuck? Red's ball is not even... Oh my god, dude. Oh, there it is. The majority of my weekly income comes from views on old videos. So having one video get marked like that is not that big of a deal. I don't want it to happen, but I'm not gonna like storm YouTube's offices with an AK or something like that. I also released a video on owlbears and D&D. Not a big topic, not a super popular video, but it had to be done. This is the longest game of this type I've ever seen. This is insane, man. What the fuck? There has to be some sort of timer on this or something. Oh, there we go. Balls are rolling. I also worked on a video, another DJ Cactus SCP. 5935. Pretty lengthy one. About 45 minutes long or so, I think. It's about sort of the death of a child and the parent sort of dealing with that, but I don't think that's going to mark it in any way. Because I don't mention suicide or self-harm or anything like that. You can mention the word death. I mean, it's a good SCP. DJ Cactus generally delivers on that sort of stuff. It is something that's sort of lost in translation when I summarize it, but not much I can do about that. And it's not really like a... What? Oh. Oh, this was a final round. I've never even done this one. I didn't know that pieces fell out. Oh, I probably should have paid attention. Whoops. And there goes a bunch. Oh my goodness. There you go. It was a decent video. I can't complain. And next week I think I'm doing a 001 proposal. Whoa. I have not touched one since like my video on SCP-001, which was a whole big collection. I think I talked about it. I talked about like the factory in the 4000 video. But this is a whole video dedicated to a proposal. Oh, the Ouroboros cycle, obviously. But it's almost not even a 001 proposal, really. It's just like it's a book, is what it is. So that should be good. And that's about that, I guess. Still no RPGs. It's this void in life at this moment. Monday we played a bunch of Fall Guys, and then we switched over and played some Overwatch, and it was a fun night, and I think we're doing it again tomorrow, and I'm fine with that, especially the Overwatch portion, because I really like that right now. But yeah, you know, life is missing something without a good RPG going on. So, I don't know. I'm not ready to like go out into the world and play with strangers or anything like that. You know, I'm not that desperate. But all I can hope is that they come around and they're like, wow, what are we doing without RPGs? The guy that makes the company that makes Shadow of the Demon Lord, they are actually working on a new RPG that's supposed to be sort of a lighter version, not lighter as in mechanics, but lighter in tone than Shadow of the Demon Lord. So more just like high fantasy. Whereas Shadow of the Demon Lord is sort of R-rated for its like darkness with like curses and cursing people to shit their bowels out and die and stuff. This would be more of like PG-13, I think. That's what people are saying. It's called Shadow of the Weird Wizard. And in addition to the tone being a little bit different, it's basically sort of like Demon Lord 2.0. Like, a lot of mechanics are being refined. And some stuff from, like, supplements is being included as part of the base game. And it sounds pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it. Not that... I mean, Demon Lord is amazing by itself. But I don't mind the lighter tone. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. And everything can be improved upon, so I'm very excited. Who knows when we'll get to play it, but... Fuck! Aside from that, you know, like every October, we would do a Dread campaign, or a Dread one-shot, like a horror one-shot. I don't know if that's going to happen this year. That's sort of a bummer. Because that's definitely not something you can do online. You need a Jenga set. We could do like a Call of Cthulhu one-shot, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, man. All right. Well, I guess not a whole lot else to say. Let's finish out this game of Fall Guys since we're in it. I would say this is probably like the best battle royale game that I've played, at least for my taste. Just because the pressure in this game is so little, except for like the final round. But even then, if I lose, it's like, whatever. It's not, but like, and it's so quick. Because it's like Warzone I played, and it had its moments of excitement, but so much of it was just like doing nothing but being paranoid that like somebody was around the corner, you know, or something like that, and just this intense paranoia for like an hour, with like little bursts of excitement. And I did like Tetris 99, but that was just also super intense the whole time. Especially towards the end, it's just like, oh my god, I don't want this. I can't handle this. Come on, man. Whereas this is just, it's goofy and it's not really meant to be taken seriously whatsoever. And again, it's not something I'll play on my own really, but it's not bad. It's not a bad game. I don't regret buying it. And there's a lot of potential in the future for them to keep releasing new games and stuff, new rounds. I'm getting my ass handed to me by this fruit. Come on, man. All right, well, this round ended very quickly for me. All right. So that'll be it. We got pretty much the end of Ghost of Tsushima this week. Some more Hellpoint coming your way. Mangg's variety stream on Wednesday night. I'll leave it a surprise as to what I'm planning on playing. And another episode of Outward for Two Brothers Play next weekend. Should be all good this week. Over on the Exploring series, we've got SCP-5935. And, yep. My name is Mangg. This has been Hanging with Mangg. I'll see you fine folks next week.